Hi, I'm Bill McHugh, and we're here with Eric Handa, co-founder and CEO of APTelecom, as part of the monthly APTelecom Video Expert Series. Each month, we discuss a different topic that's impacting the telecom landscape. And this month, we are discussing the telecom industry quarterly checkpoint. Eric, thanks for joining us. Now let's get to the questions.
Thanks, Bill. Great to be here.
Now that we're 3 months into 2015, how would you categorize the first quarter for the telecom industry as a whole?
It's been super busy, very productive. I've personally been to 12 countries in the last 3 months. I just came back. I was in Southeast Asia for 5 weeks. APTelecom has signed a couple new customers in Asia as well as globally. We're working with the NTT group, Telecom Pacific and Guam. We've announced a new client early this year in Brunei International Gateway that's invested over $100 million on various submarine cables throughout Pan-Asia and Trans-Pacific. So it's been good, busy, but overall I think the sentiment and the overall mood in the industry is pretty upbeat.
Okay, cool. What would you say were the 3 biggest trends APTelecom observed that defined Q1 for the telecom industry?
The first trend that we saw after visiting 12 nations and meeting with various carriers around the globe is cost optimization. Carriers need to make their capital dollars stretch as far as possible. That remains paramount to any business. There's still downward pricing pressure. They need to deploy the latest technologies and buy at the best per unit price. The second trend, Bill, that we continue to see is the ability for unique deal constructs, meaning whether it's cash flow, payment terms, the ability to push some CapEx into another year versus the current year. And the third kind of trend that we see is not so much current network planning, but where are we going to be in 2020, 5 years out? Where are we going to be in 2025? The Internet of Things, APTelecom delivered a paper that our board member, Matt Rosetta here from North 6, gave in Hawaii at the PTC conference. The IoT, the Internet of Things, is going to drive the amount of network connections, and therefore the network itself is going to have to expand. The current networks that are in service today cannot accommodate what we see demand profile-wise in 2020, 2025. So a lot of future planning or future proofing for the next 5, 10 years out is the third trend that we see. Okay,
that makes sense. And how would you describe the economic and funding climate surrounding the submarine cable industry, in particular, through Q1 of this year?
It's been excellent. APTelecom has been very fortunate with our client alignment and how we choose our clients and how we want to work with our customer base. We've had 3 clients go contract in force. So we've been the recipient of just over $500 million of customers going in the water. We have 1 client in the mid-Pacific that's building from Southeast Asia via Guam and Honolulu, Hawaii, into the U.S. mainland, onto the west coast of the United States. That system is a $250 million system. That went contract in force in the last 72 hours. We have another customer that's building from Brazil to Florida, Angola Cables, and that system is, along with other consortium members, going contract in force. It is contract in force. We have another client in Southeast Asia that is contract in force that's building a regional build, connecting some ASEAN countries between Cambodia, Malaysia, and Thailand. And overall, the climate is quite good, but it's really route specific. You need a sound management team, you need a sound business plan, and you need pre-sales. If you have those 3 components, you're able to get financing, debt financing or equity financing, to really incubate the project and go from inception to in the water.
Okay, let's tie this back to your business. From an APTelecom perspective, what were some of the highlights of Q1 that defined your business in the first 3 months of 2015?
Well, we reached a plateau in closed sales for our clients. Something that we're very proud of is that APTelecom effectively pays for itself, right? Okay. We're not a typical consultant that would come in and simply charge a fee and kind of offer our advice. we reached a plateau of selling $125 million worth of network services bandwidth for our customers since 2010, since we launched the business. So that's really an accomplishment that we're very proud of here at APTelecom. The second kind of plateau or milestone that we reached was no client is making up any more than 18% of our revenue. So we have client diversification from a revenue perspective on a global basis. We have customers in Australia, Africa, the United States, Asia, Europe, and it's something that we're quite proud of, is that we're not dependent on one particular customer. The business has reached economies of scale in that the model is starting to work 5 years into it. We're doing pre-sales for new systems that are going to come online in the next 12, 24, 36 months. We're doing post-sales for assets that have not been properly monetized. We're helping our clients and assisting them to sell them more effectively. And we're really looking at a new subset in the market where there's some distressed assets and how to repackage those distressed subsea assets for our clients.
Okay. What are some of the trends within the telecom industry that you expect as an expert to take shape as we head into Q2 and beyond?
Well, the continued reemergence of content players driving network consumption. There's been a tremendous amount of capital expenditure by the content players on new routes. They're actually enabling new routes. Without their involvement, new routes would not be possible. The telecom operators, I think, are doing some soul searching, and hopefully they're going to get over the I've only been investing in wireless technology to I need to get back to investing in my core fiber network, whether that's terrestrial, land-based, or wet, submarine-based. So those trends that we're starting to see, and it's going to be interesting to see how it actually plays out. The last trend that is really driving the landscape in the overall subsea market is new hubs that are emerging. The traditional content play of needing to come back to the United States, Eastern Seaboard or Western Seaboard of the US and pick up content isn't necessarily the case. APTelecom in late 2014, effectively early January 2015, we announced Akamai deployed a network node with our client Angola Cables in West Africa. It was a game changer for that country. Folks that previously couldn't access Facebook, that couldn't access certain websites, can access it instantaneously now. So we continue to see that sort of what I would refer to as extension of content into emerging markets because the infrastructure is there to support it. So those are the three trends that we kind of see within the content space.
Great.
Within emerging markets.
Okay. Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Bill, for having me.